Doing great.
Long time no see.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Just talking to Coach Smart, he said one of the most incredible things about you is your durability. He said he didn't think he remembered you missing a practice. I don't know if A, you can validate that, but B, you obviously play a very physical position. What are you able to do that keeps you on the field, which obviously has been a big deal this year?
Just regardless of the circumstances, I try to do whatever it takes to get into practice, even if it's like a hurt or like an injury that's agony or something like that. I always try to fight to stay in practice. It might seem that way from the outside in, but my availability has always been something important to me. So even if it's a couple of reps or more reps in practice, I always like to fight to stay in play and practice with the guys.
Now, as you guys will see a familiar face on Saturday, and Bill Norton, what do you remember about him and just the kind of defensive line?
Bill was always a guy who wanted to learn more and wanted to become a better player on the field. From what I can remember, we had a really deep room full of guys, and Bill was just one of those guys who was itching to get on the field and just be a better player. And it's great to see him at a program that is familiar to our play, and he's doing big things there too as well.
Yeah, what has Trey Scott meant to you as a person, and how has he, excelled as a defensive line coach in his time here at Georgia?
Trey Scott has a big impact in just my performance and my technique, and he's definitely helped me with my confidence on the field, and I've only built up that confidence from my freshman year to now. But just listening to his philosophies and his way and of the game and his passion for it just helps me play for him harder as well as Kirby Smart.
Nazir, it's kind of a big picture question. The team y'all are going to play, Texas, had a lot of, has worked hard to get back to the league level where Georgia is, kind of where Georgia was when you got here, entering 2020. What has this journey been like for Georgia as a program over your 5 years, and where do you think this program is now?
If you ask me, nothing's changed. We're just a lot of new faces. Same goal, to go and win, play to win in every game that we play, every person that we program that we play. We always have the same goal. But like I said, I don't think anything's changed in our program. Everyone that's been working hard and developing, the younger guys and the older guys have been putting in the work and all abiding to the same standard that we all hold at the University of Georgia.
Is that the consistency that people talk about, that Kirby generally talks about the same things before, when you got here to now?
Yeah, of course, nothing all we preach is the standard. That's all we preach.
Yeah, speaking of younger guys, like Kirby was saying, Ellis Robinson has been practicing better, taking better notes. Obviously a different position than what you play, but what have you seen from him as a highly touted guy going through his first collegiate season?
I've seen a lot of maturity from Ellis, and that's along with a lot of other guys too. Just being a young guy, especially in the SEC, and also playing defense. Ellis has definitely, risen from where he was before. He's learned a lot in the meeting room. He's always paying attention in the meeting room. He's just a fun guy to be around. It just kind of takes me back to when I was a freshman. Always joyful every day, but he's always looking forward to getting better every day at practice and itching his way onto the field. But Ellis has been developing as a as a young player in this league, and it's amazes me as a vet.
Nas, what stood out to you about Texas's running game and just the group of backs that they have there?
One thing about our defense is that every team that we play, we know they may have a big running game, and our number one thing is to defeat the run, and that's the only thing we've been working on since game one to now. Just defeat the run is our primary, and it's always a big challenge for us, and we always welcome challenges, and we're just gonna go out there and we're gonna handle business.
Now, as you guys are underdogs for the first time since the 21 season opener against Clemson, is that something that the players have used as motivation this week?
We really don't focus too much on underdogs. I'm not sure And I think I speak for all of us. We don't really pay attention to the underdog mindset. Like, you know, if we're playing any team, it doesn't matter if it's UAB, it doesn't matter if we're playing UMass. We're all going to go into the game with the same goal, and that's to win and dominate.
You guys have been to Alabama, saw all that environment like you've been to Kentucky, which is a tough place. How much is having played those games as far as just getting yourself mentally ready and knowing what you're going to have to kind of fight through to be successful in this ball games because of the atmosphere is going to be there?
It has definitely prepared us a lot, you know, and I can't really say too much with the atmosphere. Not a lot of us been to Austin, Texas, but I do know we play in Sanford majority of the time, and we know how our fans get. But it's nothing that we haven't seen already, and we're just going to go on with the same mindset. It's just to win a game, regardless of the circumstances.
As you guys in the D-line room have been pretty beat up, but have been able to play well to this point, what has been the key to where there's been a lot of different guys kind of in and out of the lineup, but the defensive line continues to make plays?
It's always been a next man up mentality. And Trey Scott always preaches. He always preaches availability, and any guy that is in that defensive line room and is practicing, he's going to work his butt off to make sure they know their technique in and out, because his goal is to use everyone in that room. It's unfortunate that we have a couple of guys that's down, but that doesn't really faze us too much because we know that our technique is always going to help us on the field.
I wonder if you could offer just a general assessment of Texas's offense, and I've seen a lot of comparisons between Quinn Ewers and Carson Beck, but they're very similar. Obviously, you see Carson all the time, but how would you sort of rate that?
Not too sure on that, but I know that Carson is a hardworking guy, and I don't like to get into comparing at all. I'm sure they're both two great quarterbacks. I believe they're both two great quarterbacks, but like Carson has been working very hard, and from what I'm seeing him from, especially like, you know, coming in at the same time as him playing behind Stetson Bennett. But like I said, I don't really get into comparing the two, but all I know is that Carson's gonna go out there and help us win games.
What about Quinn specifically, Quinn Ewers? What's your thoughts on him?
I've seen a lot of good play from him. I haven't really watched him too much. Don't really get too deep into watching a lot of film on QBs.
Yeah.
I like to watch film on the majority of the person I'm playing in front of.
Yeah.
We saw a little bit of Xavier Cloud on Saturday against Mississippi State. What has stood out to you about what he brings to this defensive line?
A lot stood out for me. You know, Zay, we talk every day, and it's just a younger guy just trying to find his way on the team and find his, mentality and role. Seeing Zay go out there and perform and him enjoying himself and making plays just, creates a light in my mind every time. I met his parents actually after the game, and they was like, stay on Zay, we watching him, and I was like, Zay's doing a great job. And I could just tell sometimes he's just a little frigid, so just a little anxious before he gets on the field. But I feel as though Trey Scott always purposely put us both hands together because he knows that I'm going to take care of him more on the field together.
Any other questions? All right, Stack. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.